from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. And this isn't any old beer review, this is something going to be pretty damn special. It's none other than a bottle of Firestone Walker 14th anniversary. I'm massively excited to be drinking this bottle of beer. This was very, very generously sent to me by Jens, as we call him, king of the beer mail. Really, really, really grateful. If you saw my unboxing of the last lot of beers that Jens sent me, this was in there, and I poured over this with ridiculous enthusiasm. I'm so happy to be trying this beer. It's meant to be absolutely incredible. I think Firestone Walker up to the 17th anniversary now, I think, recently. I like to share these beers with people normally, but sometimes you just don't get around to it, and beers just end up sitting on the shelf and not getting drunk. And it's a Saturday night, and I thought, do you know what? I've got to open that Firestone Walker 14. So there is the beer in the box. Yeah, big thanks to Jens. I think this is actually from his personal collection. It's a 12.5% ABV blended beer. It's actually got, because this is from an online shop in Germany, so it's got their sticker on the back. It does mention hops in this, which is interesting because this is a blended beer. It's really interesting to actually see the hops in that. I'm going to pull out the little scroll of information Firestone Walker put in these bottles. I've had one of their anniversary beers before, because it kind of like goes through all the percentages. I'm sure if you've had this beer before, you all know this information, but if not, fantastic. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what it is. So it's 31% double barrel ale, which is kind of like is the barley wine type thing. Sticky Monkey, 29%, 27% Parabola, which is the best beer I've ever had in my entire life. Velvet Merkin at 7%, which is their oatmeal stout, the barrel aged version of it. Goodfoot, which is bourbon barrel aged American barley wine, and then Black Xanthus, which is actually under the name of what's that other brand? It's another brand that Firestone Walker kind of affiliated with. Well, they brew it for another place. I forgot what they're called. Anyway, I'll come back to that. That's only 3%. So think about this. It's more on the Imperial Stout side of things. You can see once again, it's got the little kind of tag from the Brau Factum shop, which is where Jens bought this. I think he bought himself a couple. Kindly gave the good man David Dowling, David Urban Viking, a bottle of this, and when Dave got that, I was so jealous, because this beer essentially doesn't exist to me because you just cannot get it for love nor money. So bear with me. I'm just trying to. It's got a big seal around it. Just tearing that off. There we go. There we go. Talk amongst yourselves while I haphazardly scrat away at this kind of wrap, wine-like wrap around the bottle. I'm extremely excited about trying this. So, got the wrap off. Let's crack it open. Reassuring fizz after 3+ years. Excuse my silence, I'm quite excited. Right then. Wow, I never thought this moment would come. Not pouring massively thick. Not a huge amount of carbonation on the pour. 12.2 it says on there. What did it say on the back? 12.5. Yeah, 12.5, sorry. Get it wrong. Anyway, ignore me, I'm waffling. Beer in the glass, absolutely black as night. Perfect shiny black, like polished ebony or something like that. Head on top, a nice brief fizz and ring of kind of like mid, kind of beige foam. Now, let's give it a sniff. This is going to be interesting. Oh my lord. Definitely getting a lot of bourbon, lots of lovely sweet bourbon, loads of molasses, big kind of like, there's definitely a real charred element to this, which is kind of coming in the form of kind of charcoal, things like that. Oh yeah. Licorice without a doubt. Big coconut, big toasted coconut. Yeah, for me, the main things coming out of this, I'll come back to that actually, but yeah, raisins, There's a wood bark element. Marzipan. Hint of sherry. But the two big things, as I was just going to say, the big aromas in this are bourbon, coconut, and licorice, big time. I wonder what this smelled like when it was fresh. But that smells remarkable. Now or never, let's dive in. Cheers. Wow. Initially you don't think it's going to be a big full body beer because it's quite slick on the lips, drops in, and it makes itself at home. It's like velvety, sloshing around, it's beautiful. For me, a really kind of like high quality beer needs a lovely big kind of like reassuring mouthfeel. Right, big time. Raisins, currants, that kind of thing. I'm getting a hint of rum, or maybe sherry. Sherry. I had a distilled version of Michela's Black today, which was finished off in sherry barrels. And I'm definitely getting a hint of that. There's a big kind of like succulent red wine character to it, without a doubt. Huge bourbon note, massive, but not boozy at all. Really, it's getting all those lovely kind of sweet nuances. Sugary sweet, molasses, big time molasses. Yeah, toasted coconut coming back in. Marzipan. Yeah, without a doubt, bourbon, toasted coconut. It's such high quality. There's something about it which makes you go, when you get something good, something that's been laboured over and has so much kind of love put into it, it just jumps out. I mean, whatever you do, whatever brings out kind of like enthusiasm in you, whether it's music or food or drink or whatever, something that's some kind of like a skill and a passion has been put into. When it's been done well and it's been done with absolute integrity, it just oozes out, and this is what's happening in this beer. It's got there's a kind of like a all-star confidence about it. There's definitely a bit of chocolate just there, hint of coffee, not massive though. Definitely staying around those kind of more licoricey type of things. She's got a confidence about it. It's just really kind of nonchalant. I'm just like, there's a warmth to it. There's a leathery note to it. And that kind of like thing about it. Well, we're just waffling on about this kind of old-fashioned confidence. It's like a nice worn-in leather couch, but it does have a leathery note going on. Slightly sticky on the lips. Wow. Maybe toffee apples. Ooh. But big time molasses, big time chocolate covered marzipan, toasted coconut, nice tang of espresso, but not of fragrant espresso. It's just got that tang of it. Ooh. Good Lord, I never thought I'd see the day. It's got a rummy note. It's definitely got an alcohol flavour to it, but it's got very little burn, even at 12.5% ABV. It's a couple of years on it. It's dropped out. It's probably not as hot as it could have been once upon a time, but it's absolutely top dollar. And do you know what? I never say this. You just see them appear, but do you know what? That's going on the shelf. You're going to see that hanging around, maybe next to Double Jack over here from Firestone Walker. Epic beer. Such a fantastic opportunity to drink a beer that for me would have never existed. It's been this hasn't been produced for years. It wasn't until the very generous Jens over in Germany took it upon himself to send me this. I am absolutely blown away that anybody wants to ever send me beer, and if somebody wants to send me a bloody bottle of Firestone Walker 14, goodness me, huge thanks, Jens. You know how absolutely grateful I am for sending this beer, and wow, what can I say? It's an incredible beer and an act of fantastic kind of generosity. I cannot say anything more than that, and it is just world class. Believe the hype, it's Firestone Walker, it's always going to be epic. So, that is the bottle of Firestone Walker, 14th anniversary, 12.5% ABV, blended beer of various wonderful parts. As I said at the start, really something incredible, something special, something one of its kind. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. So, it's going to take some beating. See you next time. Cheers.